Hello, team. My name is Jay Song. Today is January 14th, 2022, and everything in this video is not financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. Everything is just for entertainment, educational, and comedic purposes only. Bear in mind that I eat red crayons for dinner, and sometimes I also eat it for breakfast. But it gives you more fiber when you eat it dinner time, and it also helps in the morning with, well, that's too much information. So, anyway. Please read between the lines per my YouTube disclosure. We got a lot to talk about today, and we're going to get right into it. I'm going to start off with a dream that Melody had, and a lot of things that are happening over this weekend. So the biggest things that are happening in this weekend, and things that have been happening, is that XRP has been moving to a position of weakness. Okay, and there's been weakness on the charts. There's been weakness in the overall maps that we've been seeing in the markets, and I wanted to show you guys a very interesting map that I showed you guys the other day. This is the map of USDT.D. So if you guys want to know what's happening in the markets, look at the index. And this is like the index. It's not an index, but it's like an index. What it is it's the measure of Tether, the stablecoin, and the things that go on within Tether. What happens in the stablecoin market affects all the market, because there's a lot of shenanigans and bananigans that go on, and the manipulation that happens. When this chart goes up, your cryptos start going down. When this chart goes down, your cryptos go up. So we read this chart almost every day and dive. If you guys are not a member, it is $18 a month. You guys can join us, and we do a lot of crypto maps for all your favorite cryptos, and we start looking at the exact price points, and we start reading. We could see that this was our top on USDT.D. This was our top. This was part of a parabolic that we had from a long time ago on the underside, and this is actually a phantom parabolic. And so I gave everybody these charts a while back. Now we're gonna look at USDT quickly right now, so you guys can see what's happening with USDT, and then I'm gonna give you some other maps that you need to know about, and we're gonna talk about it. So we were looking for a close above 7.62, that area. We were looking for a close above, and structure to start being built on top of this area. This is when the strength first came in. This is when we knew we were going to have a down markets, and the markets are going to go down. And this was over the weekend, and then sure enough, we had a break above that day. So everything that I told you guys to watch out for, your map should look the same. Again, here, if you guys don't have that parabolic, it is down here. This is the parabolic, okay? And all you do is you duplicate that line and put it at the top here, and this is part of one of the secrets that I use. All right, now we can read the strength coming in when we see price going and building structure on this line, and that's exactly what's happening yesterday. We tried to come back down into this area, but we already crossed an area of basically no return. I mean, there's return, of course, but right now what this tells us is that there's further downside. There's further downside in cryptocurrencies. Why? Because there's further upside in this chart. So if you guys want to know what's going to happen next, I don't believe the bottom is actually here just yet for many cryptos. I think it's going to get worse. I think it's going to get a lot bit worse. Right now, I do have some older projections that we have so far at 13.286, and that is about the same move that we had down here. This means that what happened with the cryptos crashing, we could see that either in slow motion again from these current prices, and just a little bit worse, but I think that we are not done falling. Okay, so that's the first thing you got to know. Next thing I want to tell you about the dream. Melody had a dream where she saw a great tree crash. She said, I don't know what it means, but maybe I think it means something about cryptocurrency. Let me mute somebody. Oh, cute baby. I hear a cute baby on the chart. Okay, I'm gonna, now we heard a this is what Melody heard. Okay, she saw a tree, a great tree in like a roadway, and it crashed, but it didn't hit the bottom. It just crashed and just stopped there. She thought that was really strange, that she would see this big great tree fall, but it didn't hit the bottom. And later, the tree then hit the bottom. And she was like, I don't know why I had this dream. You know, what do you think it means anything? The first thing I was thinking of that just came to my mind and heart was the Bitcoin falling, Bitcoin crashing. Okay, let's look at a map on Bitcoin real quick, and I just want you guys to keep that in mind. It could be just a dream, but we've been praying a lot about knowing the market timings, knowing and understanding, and we've been reading weaknesses on the maps for a long time. So I told you guys a couple weeks ago that I was moving out a lot of my cryptos out of position, just moving them into cash positions, USDT positions. But right now, what I'm going to tell you now is that USDT is becoming a point of danger. And I thought we had until the end of the year, closer to around February. I thought we had until February for our USDT charts to start really getting out of USDT. But there is danger that is coming to the markets. All right, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still sick, and you can see real sickness would come into Bitcoin when we are underneath this line. Okay, this is our major area where we should be building our case, and this is exactly what's been happening. We've been building, and then we came to this area where we just closed below, and we stopped on one of our lines. Now these lines that we've had on our maps for months, some of them for many months. Some of them just weeks, but most of them way in advance. You guys all have them on my website. After every dive, go to the image notes, just type in whatever crypto you're looking for. I tag every single map that somebody ever requests. So if you guys ask for like Tron or whatever, just type it in, TRX. Just the symbol on the website, patreon.com/jsong_7. It'll pull up my recent maps for those. All right, now Bitcoin also weak. When we close below here, I told you guys this is when we're going to start entering into sicker territories. The sick territory is underneath this line, and we're building structure now underneath. And you could see yesterday we had a pump to try to gulp for air. But why are we bouncing underneath this line? If price was actually strong, Bitcoin should be bouncing on top of this line, not building strength underneath it. In addition, it stopped right where we should have on this line, and then the next close after a gulp of air was also underneath here. Therefore, it's most likely you're going to see something like this shape coming down, either just a quick pullback, which we already got, and now we could be heading down. But anywhere in these prices, for our current price of Bitcoin is 21,895. Anything underneath here, we're looking for Bitcoin to hit approximately the next lows, which is the ones on my map are 18,602. I'm sorry, $18,062 and $17,002. Okay, below that I got 14,000, and then we got some 10,000 prices over here. Now, you guys remember I had a dream about a couple weeks ago. I told you guys I had a dream where I saw a recovery in August, and I also saw that something happened within about 5 days from the 29th of May. And since then, we've been hearing about Evergrande. We've been hearing some banks that are closing, stopping the withdrawals. And this is where we got to talk about our next stuff. So you guys got to hear some of these things. I want to talk about quickly what's going on with the news of the exchanges and why the exchanges are so dangerous. Okay, because the exchanges are having problems, and you guys, it's going to be time very soon, if not now, for some of you guys to take your investments from your current exchanges and move them to cold wallets. They can be cold storage. They can be like nano ledgers, Trezors, Exodus wallets, Trust wallets, some kind of personal wallet that's not generally an exchange. You guys need to move those off into an exchange. Before I continue with that, and why I forgot, I need to talk about Bitcoin. XRP. So XRP, you guys, we've been mapping this very, very, very closely. You guys saw that I told you we also had weaknesses, and we were looking for prices to hit 32 cents. You guys known about that for months now. I've given you guys these bar on our website. So if you guys don't have them, just always type in XRP. You can find my last XRP map. This is our sword cut. And yesterday I told you we want to be building strength in this area, but the next tell of weakness is when we start trading below 0.27 cents. If we start trading below 27 cents or we bounce in this area, we're going down. All right, so we're going down during that time. All right, last things you guys got to hear about. Okay, and this is really important. There's a lot to share, but I want to share with you guys what's happening with Celsius and what's happening with exchanges and what you need to do about it. The story of two stable coins. This chart below shows how Tether in orange and USDC in blue have behaved on Kraken over the last few months and their trade against the US dollar. So you can see Tether is supposed to be equal 1-1 with the dollar, but that's not been the case. Since the crash of Luna and USDT a couple weeks ago, Tether has not really recovered back to $1, but USDC has, and so the stable coins are starting to get dangerous. Okay, this is a big situation I have to talk about, but you guys all got to know. Stable coins are starting to get dangerous. I'm going to be moving my UST, the ones that are not trading, or right now I'm shorting a lot of cryptos, but the ones that I'm not trading, I'm actually in USDC. That's the one you want to use, probably, okay, because it's not financial investment or for trading advice of any kind. UST, USDD, all got in trouble because they were doing backdoor deals, and some of these exchanges are involved in what's happening. There's a lot of manipulation that's going on with Bitcoin. UST did a backdoor deal to short some Bitcoin and to trade some Bitcoin without the masses finding out. But they got caught red-handed, basically, something like this. They got caught, and then they lost value on their UST. When that happened, there was a few things they could do to try to fix the problem. But UST has a stablecoin sister called Luna, and Luna has to be printed and UST gets deleted, and they do this back and forth, and they act like a union. So to try to save the peg to $1, they printed Luna into oblivion, and it was like inflation happened, and now each Luna that used to be worth $118 is now worth 0.00006 cents, something like that right now. It's very low. We have maps for that if you guys want them. Now, the reason we're talking about this is because it was exposed that shenanigans were happening, and when this happened, some exchanges stopped trading for some people. Some people couldn't access their accounts because danger was happening. Prophet Robin prophesied about a month ago. He said that soon Crypto.com and Binance would halt trading and stop people from being able to access their accounts. And what did we see just yesterday? We saw for the first time that Binance was stopping people from doing transactions on their with Bitcoin for just a moment of time. I don't know if it's gone back, but that's dangerous because Bitcoin didn't just spike, it went there. Celsius did the same thing. Binance, Celsius is like an exchange as well, and they stopped everybody from trading in their actual accounts. So they stopped not just trading on Bitcoin, but they stopped everyone from doing everything. Now this is huge. This is massive because, guys, we're not just talking about some small cryptocurrency or a little one. We're talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin fell, and you guys saw the big crash on Bitcoin, and they stopped people withdrawing their money from Bitcoin. Think about how insane that is. We have commercials on TV telling everybody put their retirement money in Bitcoin. We have people like that stock pool guy. I have some screenshots for them telling everybody, hey, mortgage your house and buy more Bitcoin when Bitcoin was like $60,000. This is insane. But the body of Christ, we have information that you know, there's supposed to be a great crash. XRP is supposed to hit low numbers. We have prophetic information that Bitcoin's going to hit zero even for a little bit. We don't know if it's due to a hack or due to flash crashes or multiple events, which I believe there's multiple events that are going to be happening all the way until there really is a good pump. And I also believe there's a final crash with stablecoins. I'm going to show you some screenshots, and we're going to move through them kind of quickly. Stablecoin USDD and USDN have lost their peg. The first question you should ask yourself when a coin loses its peg is, do they have a sister currency or a sister coin, like when UST lost its peg and was trading at like 98 cents, and all of a sudden what happened to that? It went all the way to 5 cents. And what happened to Luna? It went down. So anyone shorting Luna would make a lot of money. But I'll also tell you, the founder of Luna, we thought he made like 8 million. No, it came out that he made over, I think it was 250 or 350 million dollars. An insane amount of money was made just days before the big crash happens. You guys can make a lot of money too while that's falling. But USDD has a sister coin, just like the US Tether, and the coin is called TRX or Tron. Okay, pay attention to what I'm about to say, because this can help you save a lot of money or make a lot of money. Right now, I'm short Tron. I'm shorting Tron because the same things that are happening that happened in Luna, right before Luna went down to 0.00000, is happening in Tron, and they're trying to infuse it with money. So it says they're selling Tron to try to save USDD. This sounds familiar. Although it's gone, another one bites the dust. Meanwhile, Tether bleeds another 1 million. Let's look at some of the ones I saw. Binance, Celsius, Bitfinex, Coinbase, and dozens of other crypto platforms have just halted users from withdrawing their Bitcoin. This is why you should never keep your funds on centralized exchanges. They have total control. Team, it's your money. If you guys have all this Bitcoin and everything, your exchange is not regulated. There's no government watching over it. There's not one central government. It's all global. Who is there to regulate it? The SEC is not. You know why? Because the SEC is busy trying to sue Ripple and doing all these jokes, and they haven't gave cryptocurrency clarity. Prophet Robin prophesied, I think in July of last year, he said the manipulation will be so much that people will start demanding regulations. But you're going to see that manipulation. We didn't see that last year. We saw normal manipulation. This type of manipulation we're seeing is the one I believe he was talking about. It's the abnormal manipulation, not right in volume spread analysis. This is the manipulation of backdoor deals and things happening behind the scenes that you guys don't know about, that we don't know about. Just in, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy Bitcoin investment is currently at $1 billion unrealized loss. He was the one who told everybody to mortgage their houses and stuff like that. Unreal lies. Maybe. Let's take a look. Here's XRP. You guys know that XRP has some weaknesses. This is one of my more updated maps. This is on a weekly chart. XRP. This is doing Sword 3.0 analysis. Okay. Let's look at here. Tron. I do this map when we were still about right here, and I shorted it down to right here. If we get a close below these prices on Tron, about 0.057, and you start getting closes below here, look for Tron to start going all the way down to 0.04 and even further off the map, possibly. This is on a weekly chart as well. We could be seeing Tron hit really lower. Okay, while the market has not yet fully recovered from the onslaught caused by Terra, another stablecoin project shows signs of distress, causing fear and speculation with the community. We haven't recovered from the whole Terra crash, and what's already happening, it looks like there's another one on the horizon. What are they going to do to fix this situation? They're going to inject money to try to keep that peg from 97 cents to go back to $1. But I believe it's just a catching in the wind, because I don't believe they have enough money to keep everything going, because it's a charade, because they're borrowing your cryptos, they're borrowing your staking. When people stake at these exchanges, it's just a Ponzi scheme. You come in and you start putting all your money on the exchange, and they say, hey, let us hold your money and we'll pay you 30% interest per year, some 300% interest per year. And they say, but you can't touch it for a month. But during that month, cryptos are crashing and you can't do anything. When they borrowed your crypto, they gave it to these exchanges who were also leveraging using your crypto. So there's a lot. It goes really, really deep. Here's USDT. You can see it. It's supposed to be $1. It's supposed to look flat. And here it is yesterday on a 4-hour chart, trading at 98 cents. This is strange. Why are they not trading at $1? What's wrong? What's the problem? Why is it not $1? Guys, because there's a lot of manipulation happening in the markets. This is the letter that Celsius wrote. Celsius freezing withdrawal swaps and transfers between accounts. We need more regulatory clarity than ever. Stay safe. Look at this. Due to extreme market conditions, today we are announcing Celsius is pausing all withdrawals, swap, and transfers between all accounts. We are taking this action today to put Celsius in a better position to honor, over time, its withdrawal obligations. Acting in the interest of our community is top priority, a service that is commitment and adhere to for our risk management framework. Blah, 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 blah. We understand this is difficult, but we believe that our decision to pause withdrawals, swap, and transfers between accounts is the most responsible action we can take to protect our community. Our ultimate objective is stabilizing liquidity, restoring withdrawals, swap, and transfers between accounts as quickly as possible. There is a lot of work ahead as we consider various options. This process will take time. There may be delays. Signed, Celsius. I actually clicked on it and it says Celsius right at the bottom. No. This is not acceptable. Team, this is not acceptable. You know why this is not acceptable? Because this is your money. If your bank did this and they said, we know you got paid US dollar cash, but we're going to stop all withdrawals from all Bank of America, all Chase Bank customers. In the best interest of protecting everybody, we're going to stop your withdrawals. That's your money. That's your hard-earned money. If the price falls, you can do nothing about it. They can log you out. You need to move. It's time, guys. I told everybody I was going to warn you when I feel like it's time, and I feel like it's getting time now to start moving a lot of our, you don't need all your XRP on some of these exchanges. Now I understand we have to move quickly in some of these markets. I have some Luna. I believe that Luna is going to do well in June this month. I have some Luna. I moved about half of my position over to some of my cold wallets, and some of my Luna I have ready to go to take some profits and move. If I need to do those exchanges, I'll do those at times, but some of these exchanges are not going to be safe for normal trading. So I know it could be expensive to try to move some of your funds off of some of these exchanges, but be safe, because I don't want to hear stories about you guys getting locked out of your accounts, or when Bitcoin falls even more, you can't even do a trade. You can't enter, you can't do it because your exchanges are really limited. Because this is going to help us. Celsius keeps sending more Bitcoin to their exchanges to avoid the liquidation in their loans. Celsius, the exchange, is doing loans, margining, and they also have a liquidation point. If Bitcoin goes too low, they also have to cut their losses because their investors, they do trades themselves. Not just do they handle your trades, but they do trades themselves, and they have big money. And when those liquidations, they're long on Bitcoin. Okay, so they're thinking Bitcoin's going to go up. When Bitcoin goes down for a certain amount of time, and if it goes too low, it will automatically trigger an auto sell of that Bitcoin, and that selling will go down even more. The worst news is that it goes even worse than just one exchange. It's not just Celsius, it's rampant. There's a lot of exchanges that are long on Bitcoin. There's a lot of people that are long on Bitcoin, and when Bitcoin stays low for too long or hits even lower numbers, it will trigger the computers to sell even more Bitcoin. This is why there's a battle to try and keep Bitcoin high and to prop up the market. They can prop it up by printing USDT. They can prop it up by doing a lot of things, but they're running out of options. And when this happens, it can make a big, great crash in some of the cryptos. But some of the cryptos will do well. Those who have Celsius network should empty their pockets and liquidate it once and for all, somebody says. Just basically say get rid of it. Many fraudulent people dressed up as nonprofit organizations, large capitals, are not what they preached. I hope recent events with Binance and Celsius wake people up to non-custodial wallets. You don't need a custodial wallet to buy, store, sell Bitcoin. You can do it all in like Cake Wallet, and you never have to worry about freezing withdrawals because it's your happy money. Okay. There's also talks and rumors about a lot of people on YouTube who are shilling out lots of coins and saying, hey, buy this coin, buy that coin, but really they're being paid a kickback to promote a certain exchange. Now, I use BitTrue. I use BitTrue. I don't tell people you need to use BitTrue. I use KuCoin. I believe that KuCoin is going to be the one that's going to be able to help fill some of the orders on XRP when XRP goes really low. And also Bitcoin, when Bitcoin goes really low, I have some buy orders at very, very low prices because I believe Bitcoin's going very low. And I believe it also will go back up at a time. But there's going to be a time when it will go low. These people are says influencers that shield you Celius via affiliate market links were given a heads up about this halt and left you high and dry. They are paid to destroy your future so you can get rich. Never forgive them. Never forget. I wouldn't say never forgive them, but you need to know that there's been a lot of talks about the influencers on YouTube, big names you're going to hear telling you, hey, stay in crypto. Everything's fine. But remember, guys, I told you weeks ago I moved because the cryptos are becoming dangerous. You can buy back many of your positions after a crash. There was a lot of shorting opportunities during many of our downtrends that we've had. Crypto lenders, Celsius is freezing withdrawals after its founder promised to reinvent the financial system and never act like a traditional bank. We're never going to do a bank run, you know, we're doing that. And now, next week or so, they're freezing withdrawals just like a bank. We're hearing this. I'm not going to read these articles, but I wanted to let everybody know. I'm going to stop this video right here for this part because I just want everybody to be aware that the situation between the tether coins, between the stable coins, that the map conditions, everything is ripe, that we are still going to fall. I believe there was going to be a fall, but the bottom's not just yet. There should be a little bit more to fall, and that's what Melody saw in her dream. That seems to be the case. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a sea of red candles still to come. Please be on your guard. I'm sure I believe Tron, they're not going to be able to prop it up, and then it's going to happen just like Luna. It's probably going to go to $1 or less. I believe there's going to be a lot of cryptos that are Solana. I believe it's also going to have bad things, and I don't think Tether is going to go down with the ship right now. I think Tether is going to still be propped up. Still, guys, I think it's still going to be going up with the ship. I think there's going to be a little bit more money that's going to be infused in Tether. Somebody had a dream that Tether was in great danger, but a truck backed up and was piling money into Tether. So I think Tether, we still have a little bit more time, but it's maybe time to stop using Tether as your stable coin. So when you keep cash in your crypto account, you don't keep it as US dollar cash. You keep it as like USDT or another stable coin like UST or whatever. Right now, I don't think Tether is safe during these days. So it's possible you want to start moving to US dollar coin, USDC, or some other stable coin. It will liquidate if prices go below 21,000 and may lead to bankruptcy. For MicroStrategy, they have millions of that. It's a big company. So let's watch everything closely. Let's watch everything carefully, guys. Let's say a quick prayer for everybody for this recording. I'm going to put this on YouTube. Lord, I pray that you would just be with everybody, and I pray that you would give them all wisdom to help them navigate through these financial times. There's so many things to be wary of, and so much false information, so many things moving so fast, so many things to keep up with. But Lord, you are the truth, and you are stable, and you are the one that is the immovable rock. When things are too much, I pray that you just give people simple answers, simple solutions about some of the things. For some of them, they just need to hold and endure the storm, but they also need to not panic and be aware that there's a storm that has to happen. Some of these things have to happen this way. And I pray that you would help them to keep their coins safe. You've showed through Prophet Sharon. You even showed me in my dream last year before I even knew who she was. You showed the angel asking about her, and I looked her up online, and she also talked about me that very same day in her video. So Lord, I know that you're involved in this situation. We know that you're involved in our and you care about our finances, and she was talking about following you and being wise and heeding some of the warnings For some of us, we are on exchanges, and some of us might miss out if we buy too low, because there might not be enough liquidity to for some of our transactions to be filled, some of our orders. For some people, they need to just buy now, and they need to just hold on and move them to a safe location, a safe, stable wallet. Some of them need to do this and just need to wait out the storm until it is time for prices to rise. Then they will be safe. Some of them need to be at peace, whatever the situation is, Lord. Whether they're riding the storm, riding the waves. I told everybody last year, at the beginning of last year, that I would be out in the middle of the storm. When the storm happened, I would be riding those waves up and down. But Lord, it's better for people to just hold and be at peace. For some people, this is too much. So you reveal to them, God, who they are, who needs to be just holding, and who needs to be at peace. Give a peace to all the turmoil that's happening in people's hearts. Money affects us because the Bible says, where your treasure is, there your heart is also. The goal is to try to always let money not be the thing that controls us. But it does affect our hearts. We get sad when we lose things. But we know, Lord, the real test of the heart is to make you our treasure, and to make you our Lord, and to make you our Savior. And you'll help us through the good times and through the bad times. When the world spins crazy, Lord, or does crazy things, we know that you are in control. When our worlds are feeling like we're lost and out of control, you're never not out of control. When the disciples were panicking in the boat because the wind and the waves, and they woke you up, and they said, Lord, don't you care that we die? You said to them, oh, ye of little faith. And immediately they were on the other side after you rebuke the winds and the waves. You stand against the winds and the waves because you can, and you're here with us. But we should have let you sleep, because even though a storm happens, there are storms, and we should have just had faith that we would survive. Lord, I thank you that you can pause the winds and the waves, but we don't want to be rebuked for having little faith. Let us grow through the testing of our faith, the testing of our merits. You're the one who holds our true treasure. You hold our heart. In Jesus' name we pray. Thank you. And if you guys want to find me, I'm on patreon.com, www.patreon.com/jsong_7. The link is in the description. If you ever want to shoot me an email, there's a messaging service right there. Just shoot me a message, and we'll talk, okay? And I'll be here for the next video. For you guys who are in Dive, we're going to go over all the other maps that are important to you guys, and covering some other information, and we'll open up for group discussion as well. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video. If you're on YouTube, I'll see you in the next video. And if you're a member, I'll see you guys in 2 minutes. Cue the outro.